Look, Elon Musk came up with another one, said that Grok 5 has a chance of being the first artificial general intelligence, the so-called AGI, artificial general intelligence. Yeah. He gave it a 10% chance, right? Yes. But what really got me was another tweet. He said that Grok 5 learns almost immediately using dynamic reinforcement learning.
So our conversation today will be about this. What could this almost immediate learning mean? We're going to explore this issue of continuous learning, which is a knot in AI, artificial intelligence.
Exactly. We'll use what he said, analyses that have come out, and even a scientific paper that might help us understand all this better.
Perfect. Because this idea of learning almost instantly touches on a very sensitive point, which is this enormous difficulty current AIs, artificial intelligences, have in, well, learning nonstop, like us, right?
Yeah, the big problem there has a name, catastrophic forgetting.
Catastrophic forgetting, strong name. What is that exactly?
It's quite straightforward, actually. When one of today's AIs, artificial intelligences, learns something new, it kind of unlearns or gets much worse at what it already knew how to do.
Seriously?
Yes, think about it. You train a model to play chess, it becomes a master. Then you take the same model and train it to play checkers, okay? It learns checkers, becomes great. But when you test it on chess again, it's terrible, as if the chess knowledge was erased, you know?
Wow, so wait, it's not just about teaching it more things. I thought it was like adding more data, training a bit more, and that's it.
If only it were that simple. The knowledge in these giant models isn't stored in a file like a document.
No, where is it stored?
It's in the strength of the connections between the artificial neurons, in the weights, as we call them. Training with new things means adjusting all those weights.
I see. It's almost like, I don't know, taking an already painted canvas and wanting to paint something else over it. The colors mix, the painting underneath disappears.
Wow, what a good analogy. Makes sense. We're not like that, right? We learn to cook and we don't forget how to read or how to ride a bike.
Exactly. And look, several expert discussions we've seen hit on this point. They say this lack of continuous learning is a fundamental block to acting.
Yes, totally. I remember a comparison with learning to play the saxophone. It's not enough to just read the sheet music, right? You have to practice, make mistakes, adjust. The brain adapts. Today's AIs, artificial intelligences, can't do that. They need to be sort of reset and trained from scratch. And that costs a fortune besides being risky.
Exactly that point. But look, this is where a very recent study might come in. A paper on continuous learning via sparse memory fine-tuning.
Sparse memory, fine-tuning. What is that? Sounds complicated.
The idea is fascinating. Instead of changing all the billions of parameters of the model when learning something new, which is the normal way, right? Traditional fine-tuning.
Right? Instead of that, the technique identifies and updates only a tiny relevant piece of these parameters, as if they were specific memory spaces for the new task and all the rest remains frozen, intact.
Oh, wait, let me see if I got this. It's like having a huge notebook. Instead of erasing everything and rewriting with each new note, you find the right page for that subject and write only there.
Exactly that idea. And the coolest part is the results they showed in the paper.
Tell me.
The model that used this technique lost only about 11% performance on the old tasks after learning the new ones.
Only 11%.
Yes. Compare that to almost 90% loss with full fine-tuning or 70% with other techniques like LoRa. It's a brutal difference, isn't it?
Wow, absurd. It learns the new without destroying the old.
Basically. And there's even a connection to biology, you know? It seems our brain does something similar, locating new memories in specific areas without needing to rewire everything with each new learning experience.
So, could this be it? Could this sparse memory technique be the dynamic reinforcement learning Musk mentioned for Grok 5? That almost immediate learning?
Look, it could very well be a key piece, yes. It would allow integrating new information like very fast feedback without all that risk of catastrophic forgetting.
Makes sense. But wait, it's super important to keep our feet on the ground. There are caveats here.
Which ones?
First, this solves one problem, which is memory stability. But true AGI, artificial general intelligence, needs much more. Reasoning, planning for the future, real creativity, learning on its own. Fixing the memory doesn't create consciousness, right?
Exactly. It's like having a perfect hard drive in a computer without a processor or intelligent software.
Second, even the sparse memory might have limits, right? Or how does it decide what to keep, what to throw away? That's not solved.
True. And third, the learning in this paper is still supervised. It needs people defining tasks, giving labeled data, right? It's not the AI, artificial intelligence, going out into the world and discovering things on its own like a child does,
I see. It's more of a super efficient notepad than a true learner.
right? A very smart notepad. And it's also worth remembering that not everyone thinks we need to solve continuous learning 100% now to get close to AGI, artificial general intelligence.
Oh, really? Yes. There are important people, like a consultant linked to DeepMind, who think we might get there, to a GPT-10 perhaps, just with gradual improvements, even if the memory isn't exactly like ours.
That's an interesting view, too. So the bottom line is we have a promising breakthrough that attacks a huge historical problem in AI, artificial intelligence, this forgetting issue.
Exactly, but at the same time, the path to a general, truly adaptable artificial intelligence like a human's, wow, still seems to have many other huge challenges ahead.
Precisely. This leaves us with a lingering question, right? If this memory problem is solved, or at least well managed with something like this, what will be the next great wall? Are we focusing on the right part of intelligence, or is there something more fundamental that's still escaping us?